What happens when fake cops try to pull over citizens and get caught? We've all heard of cases where people go to great lengths to impersonate someone else. But what happens when the impersonator tries to pass themselves off as a law enforcement officer? What are the laws that punish people for impersonating officers? In today's video, we'll look at 9 scenarios where real cops arrest fake cops. Number 1. Man steals police badge, approaches teen saying he's working undercover. On June 2nd, 2021, he informed them that an unknown man had taken his car, containing his keys, wallet, and most importantly, his retired police department badge. To aid the investigation, the retired officer provided a still image from the school's video surveillance footage, which the officers diligently reviewed. When the police approached the scene, they found Charles inside a vehicle along with another man. Charles denied any wrongdoing and claimed that the vehicle belonged to his friend, who let him use it for a ride home after someone had taken him from the bus stop.
Hi, so the reason why I'm here today is because we had a couple people calling saying that a man matching your description was walking up and down the cars and telling them they're an undercover officer.
I'm not an officer.
Okay, do you have a driver's license on you?
I don't, but I'm just in here. This is a buddy of mine. He was going to give me a ride home. That was it. I stopped here. He was going to give me a ride home. Somebody took me from my bus stop, and that was all I know. I didn't break in nobody's cars. I don't have nothing on me that shows anything of that. I didn't do nothing. All I want to do
is this your vehicle?
No, that's his vehicle. He's sleeping here. It's his vehicle.
All right.
All I know is I didn't break in nobody's. You could search my
Hey, do me a favor and just step out of the car right now, okay?
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
All right. Do you got anything on you?
Nothing.
Despite his explanations, the police detained Charles for further investigation due to the presence of stolen property in his possession. Charles continued claiming his innocence, stating that he was trying to protect himself from those threatening him.
I don't know. All I was doing was walking, and they grabbed me and put me in the car, and I grabbed the fucking wallet and the purse, and I ran out of the car, and all I know is that that's all, whatever's on me is on me. I didn't do nothing with those credit cards. I didn't do nothing at all. They tried to rob me and kill me. They had a gun at my head.
So this is his car, the guy who's in the back seat?
He's homeless. Yeah, he's homeless. I asked him for help. He just asked me for help. I didn't do anything wrong. Check my fingerprints on anything you want. I didn't do anything wrong. I'll tell you my name, where I live, and all of that.
Did you give the other officer your name?
He didn't give me a chance to.
No?
No. That guy in the car right there?
Yeah.
I think he was part of it because he pulled up on me and said, hey, can I help you?
All right, what's your first name?
Charles. I'm on paper and I'm a little intoxicated, but that's about it. These people tried to rob me. Then I got out of one car, and guess what? Somebody else put a gun to my head and pulled me in their car.
The situation was complicated by the fact that the car in question belonged to the homeless man who was with Charles. This man appeared uninvolved in the criminal activities and was merely present in his vehicle when Charles sought refuge.
Absolutely. All right.
It's expired and clear.
Yes, that work?
Yep.
All right, do you have anything left in your pockets?
I mean, I honestly don't know what I have in my pockets. All I know is that guy said that he was homeless and he was going to give me a ride, and that was it. That was it. I have nothing that leads me to that guy's car. There's a bunch of money in my pocket and change.
I see that.
I committed no crime. All I know is I was robbed. And I was trying to get away. You hear me?
I got you.
I got no drugs, I got no knives, I got no weapons, I got nothing. I got money in my pocket and that's it.
Why do you carry around this much change for?
Amid the confusion, Charles asks officers to call his mom. Presumably, he wants to inform her about the situation and possibly seek her assistance. The officers explain to Charles that they must temporarily apprehend him to investigate the circumstances. They reassure him that they're trying to figure out what happened and understand the situation fully.
That's also not yours?
Yeah, it's not mine.
All right, so here's this back. But I just want to reconfirm. So he walked up, you were sleeping, then he said, I was robbed, then also showed you an ID, a badge of some sort, and said that he was an undercover cop and not to call the police.
Yeah.
And then he got into your car?
Yeah.
And then what was he trying to start the car?
Yeah,
or?
he wanted me to take him home. He just was asking a bunch of stuff, like,
He was
do you have a phone? And I'm like, well, you know, who's this guy? You know,
Uh-huh.
tell him I have a phone.
Yeah.
He wanted me to take him home. He wanted me to call this obscure number. And
Okay. And you didn't do any of that, right?
he
But
wanted me to call the number.
Oh,
He said,
okay.
"He said, you know what,
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for your help.
I guess I'll get out of here.
Yeah. So, I'm just gonna use your statements in the report saying that for the officer.
I hope you guys give me a life sentence.
How we doing, sir?
I'm alright.
Hey, my name's Officer Brady. How are you?
I'm good.
You're
I
good?
was robbed, yeah.
I'm sorry?
I was robbed.
You were robbed?
Yeah.
Let me get your first name real quick, just so I can address you by your name, okay?
My name's Charlie, but I'm sure you already know my name.
I don't know your name. That's why I just showed up. I haven't been here the entire time, so give me a second to catch up, okay? Let me open this door so I can talk to you, all right, buddy?
Yeah, because I was robbed.
Okay, hang
I
on a
was
second.
taking that gunpoint.
Well, hang on. Let me get your first name first.
You know my name already, dude.
I don't know your name, sir. I've never
My
met
name's
you.
Charles. I'm not going to disrespect you. I don't know you.
C.A.
Officer Bradley attempts to reassure Charles, explaining that the other officer was just sharing information about some property found on Charles and the potential identity of the suspect. However, Charles remains firm in his request for a lawyer and seems unwilling to provide further information without legal representation. The situation remains tense as Charles insists on his right to legal counsel, while Officer Brady tries to address his concerns and establish a dialogue.
Mom, when I got away.
Well, here's the deal. I'm going to Mirandize you real fast. You don't have to say anything to me?
Yeah, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have a right to have an attorney. If the attorney's not present, you can't afford a fucking attorney, I'll give you one. Fuck that. Give me an attorney.
Okay, I'm just gonna tell you that, okay?
Yeah.
So you have the right to remain
I didn't
silent.
do nothing. I was robbed.
No, and that's fine, but
I'll go to trial on this shit.
that's fine. You have the right to remain silent.
Yep.
Anything you say can and will be used against you in court of law.
Anything you say will be used against you in a court of law.
Can you let me tell you?
Yeah.
Okay, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to speak to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be given to you free of charge. You have the right to have an attorney present before and during questioning. If you start questioning, you can stop at any point if you'd like to.
Give me an attorney.
Do you understand your Miranda rights?
If I'm not going to jail, give me an attorney.
If you're not going to jail.
If I'm going to jail, give me an attorney. If I'm not going to jail, let me up.
Mr. Kirkpatrick, I haven't even got that far, sir.
Yeah, if you're going to take me to jail, give me an attorney. If not, I'll tell you anything you want to know.
Okay, I just showed up, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who are you?
So, my name is Officer Brady. I work
Brady.
for the City of Racine Police Department. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I've only been here 3 years.
They
so
said you got me on video.
I believe I have a picture of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's what I would like to get at.
Yeah.
But I don't know the whole situation because there's a lot going on in this.
The officer explains that if Charles cooperates and reveals the truck's location, he'll be charged with a lesser offense called operating a vehicle without owner's consent. The AVOC charge is a misdemeanor, less severe than a felony charge for auto theft. Charles hesitantly requests written confirmation of the lesser charge before providing any information about the truck's location. He emphasizes that he's only willing to cooperate if he receives the promised misdemeanor charge, not a more severe offense.
Hey, Mr. Kirkpatrick, here's the deal, buddy.
Yeah.
I looked at the video. It's definitely you getting inside the truck and taking the gentleman's truck. So here's the
Whose
deal.
truck?
The blue truck that you stole from the high school.
What truck? I didn't steal no truck.
Oh, you're on video, sir.
Yeah, but I didn't take no truck.
Okay, well, I'm not debating that. Here's what I would like to do.
Yeah.
They have you on video walking into the parking lot,
All right.
getting into the truck,
All right.
and driving out of the parking lot
Okay.
with the truck.
Okay, where's the truck?
Listen, under Wisconsin state statutes, they permit us to have a lesser charge if we locate the vehicle. If we don't locate the vehicle, it's a higher charge. So what I'm asking of you is for you
Can you open this door up, please?
It's for you to tell me where the truck is.
I'll talk to you before this door's open. I'm not going to talk to you through a screen.
Okay. I'm happy to open the door.
Yeah.
So if you want to tell me where the truck is and I can locate the truck, it's a lesser of a...
Charles claims that he realized the truck wasn't his and abandoned it. He tells the officer that he doesn't know exactly where he drove it, but if they take him in a vehicle, he can show them the approximate route.
Fine.
I'll tell you exactly where it's
so
at.
tell me where it's at.
Okay.
I can't just start driving randomly across the city, right?
Hold on a second. Let me just think. Okay, hold on. It's somewhere probably on... If I was in a car, I could probably tell you. If you took me from the school, I could tell you where it's at. But you got to take me and show me the roads.
Okay. How far do you think you drove it?
Not far.
Like a
I
block?
realized that it wasn't mine. I'm like, damn, this ain't mine. I got to get out of this now.
Okay.
If I'm getting
I
charged,
appreciate that.
If I'm getting charged with misdemeanor, I plead guilty. I'm not. I plead innocent. I'm not going to.
Eventually, the officers locate the stolen truck, but they find that the keys are missing. Charles admits to throwing the keys away and claims that he also discarded the wallet, which had sentimental value to the owner's family, in the sewer.
I don't need you to tell me, sir. We found it.
I didn't know what to do.
Hey, Mr. Crabtree, thank you for telling
I'm
us.
not Crabtree. I'm Kirkpatrick.
Kirkpatrick, sorry. So thank you, but the problem is the keys aren't in the truck.
They're on the ground somewhere. I threw them away.
Like you threw them in like a trash
I threw
can?
them in a dumpster.
Do you know where?
No, not a dumpster. I threw them in the sewer.
In the sewer?
They're in the fucking sewer, yeah. I was
Right
scared.
by the truck?
Somewhere close by.
Okay, let me go look. Sit tight.
Charles Kirkpatrick pleaded guilty to 1 count of impersonating a police officer and 1 count of operating a vehicle without the owner's consent. All other charges against him were dismissed.
Theft.
What's theft?
The property that was in your pocket, sir.
So is that misdemeanors?
It should be. I'm pretty sure it's less than $500. It's a misdemeanor, sir.
All right.
So, cool?
Yeah.
All right, buddy. We'll see you in jail.
As a result of his plea, Charles received a sentence of 18 months in prison, with an additional 6 months of extended supervision. It's worth noting that Charles had prior convictions and sentences imposed before this incident. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insane videos like this. Now, here's another incident of a serial police impersonator finally arrested. Number 2. Serial police impersonator arrested by real police, only to discover that no one was above Sergeant Johnson.
It's on my motorcycle, Sergeant. You want me to go back to my motorcycle? You want me to stand over here, Sergeant? I can't, because unless you're going to put one of your cruisers here and hold this funeral, I can't do that. Here, Sergeant, it pissed me off. Sergeant, I'm not trying to piss you off. Get your license. So you want me to go? Okay. Your license. All right. Sergeant, we can transfer over to Woodbury. Where's Cattle? What happened? Been looking for you. Oh, that's such a nice thing to say. It is, isn't it? I missed you. I know you did. I know. Hold on. You want me to move my bike, Sergeant? As soon as you're done. As soon as you're done.
The officers search Jeremy and find what appears to be a non-lethal weapon, which he insists is legally permitted under Florida Statute 970. He repeatedly claims that his vehicle isn't stolen and insists on capturing the entire situation on body cameras.
Yeah, Sergeant. Okay, you're so, that's not a firearm, Sergeant. Let's go. That's a less lethal, Sergeant. So legally for the Florida statute, I'm allowed to carry that, Sergeant. 970. Go ahead and look it up, Sergeant. The vehicle's not stolen, Sergeant. I have the registration for the vehicle, Sergeant. I have the registration for the vehicle, Sergeant. Sergeant, get your lieutenant, please.
There is no lieutenant. I'm
Then
in.
get a captain.
There is no captain.
Then
I'm in.
get somebody that outranks you, Sergeant.
Nobody
I have
outranks
the
me.
very valid registration, Sergeant, that shows the state of Florida gave me the registration and that tag. The tag was stolen off another motorcycle. That motorcycle was stolen. We were given the tag back by Orange County Sheriff's Office, and then that tag was given to us by the Department of Motor Vehicles, Sergeant.
Where you have handcuffs?
Make sure you have your body cameras running.
Body cameras are running. Why you have handcuffs?
Talk to you, officer.
Okay.
Jeremy questions the officers' treatment, accusing them of having a personal history with him, influencing their actions. He's agitated by the situation and urges the officers to handle it professionally. Law enforcement eventually handcuffs Jeremy and continues their search. He remains defiant and continues to argue his case, mentioning that the registration for the motorcycle was legally obtained from the Department of Motor Vehicles.
We could have done this professionally, not like children. Just because you don't like me and you have a history with me doesn't authorize you to treat me like shit. I can't treat you like shit. You are, Sergeant. No, everybody can move on. No, they're 12 with me, just like your officers would be if you needed help. They can go. No, they're staying per my orders.
Stay.
Hey, officers, I'm getting this all on
Why do you have a
video
bulletproof
camera,
vest on?
and I can promise you, this isn't going to go the way you're planning. Officer, I have my body camera on. So just leave my helmet on for right now, sorry, officer.
The situation escalates, and there's tension between Jeremy and the officers. He refuses to cooperate until they verify his motorcycle's registration and prove its legality. The officers continue their search and detain him, insisting that they're not done with the process. Jeremy appears worried and questions the presence of an officer with a bulletproof vest. He reiterates his possession of a body camera and expresses his displeasure with how the situation is handled.
Jeremy, where's the handcuffs you need to tell me?
I don't have my keys that you left on my motorcycle. I just advised you, it's on my motorcycle in the bag.
Amidst the growing tension, Officer Johnson discovered that the license plate on Jeremy's motorcycle had been reported stolen.
statute, I can carry mace in any device that delivers it. Pull the statute. I actually have it on the statute, 970. I can carry mace, and I can carry mace in any device that delivers it. The judge has already cleared it in Orange County. That's because the Honda was stolen, and we got the tag back from the Orange County Sheriff's Office, and then we registered it to that motorcycle. And that motorcycle has that tag. And the Department of Motor Vehicles issued the registration sticker for that tag.
You just chill. If it's an issue, we'll figure it out. But you screaming and yelling isn't going to change that.
Well, pulling me out, putting me in cuffs, and doing this.
When your car is, when it shows signal 10, stolen, it's a felony.
With
So that's how it's done.
registration. And I have the registration on my phone, but you
Just
guys
sit
are
tight,
refusing
okay?
to listen.
Just sit tight.
Okay.
Throughout the incident, Jeremy maintains that his motorcycle registration is valid, citing specific statutes to support his claims. The officers appear to be processing the information and investigating the matter further.
You to get a lieutenant.
Keep driving. Keep driving. Go, man. Go.
I'm getting this all on video camera.
Go.
And I can promise you.
Let's go. Keep moving.
Allowed to carry guns?
It's a BB gun. It's airsoft. Check that side on the...
As the situation unfolds, tensions remain high, and both parties continue to assert their positions. Jeremy's body camera records the entire incident as he insists on documenting the interaction. Imagine trying to pull over a real cop. What happens when a fake cop tries to pull over a real cop? Well, let's see what happens in the next video. What do you think of this? Let us know in the comments section. Number 3. Fake cop pulls over real cop. Doesn't end well. In Kenosha, Wisconsin, an off-duty police officer was driving home from work when he saw a Jeep traveling at high speed with white and amber lights activated, attempting to pull over multiple vehicles. Eventually, the real police officer catches up with the fake cop and initiates a traffic stop. He questions the imposter about his actions and discovers that the fake cop had recently acquired the emergency lights and siren from Amazon and was experimenting with them.
Got this thing off of Amazon.
What thing?
The siren.
And you try and pull people over?
No.
Well, you followed him a pretty good distance.
I followed him.
Yeah, I heard him all the way from 52.
Yeah. When you try to curb two cars on 52nd Street, just use lights and a siren until they pull over and stop. You pull them next to them and then you blow past them. That's right, yeah. I'm sorry.
What'd you get off Amazon recently?
A siren.
Why?
I've always wanted one.
For what purpose?
PA system.
To do what?
Talking to it mostly. Kind of had a siren in it, and I didn't really know it had a siren. I was fucking around with it. I do construction with landscaping. That's the light on the house.
What's with the yellow and white?
The fake cop claims that he didn't intend to pull people over, but was merely playing around with the siren and lights. He explains that he works in construction and landscaping and uses the lights for personal reasons unrelated to law enforcement. However, the real police officer remains suspicious and examines the fake cop's vehicle, finding additional LED lights in the backseat that haven't been installed yet. He expresses concern that the imposter might try to mimic a police officer more extensively.
He should be the RO. You had a siren on?
Yeah, so we were going down 52nd, and I'm on my way home.
Right.
So we're going down 52, and then all of a sudden I see this white and yellow flashing light on top of the car, and I'm going along, and all of a sudden I notice this guy's like flying, and he's coming up behind cars and making them move over to the shoulder with the siren, and then they pull over and stop, and then
Does he stop behind him?
Yeah, he would pause and stop, and then accelerate around him and take off with the siren on. And then he would race up behind the next car and make that one pull over on the curb. And then same thing, he'd race around it.
Okay.
So then I'm trying to get up on the side of him to see if I could get a look at him. I wrote down his license plate, I turned my radio on, and as I get up next to him, he slows down, pulls behind me, turns the siren on, and I move into the lane next to him, and then he blows past me.
Okay.
So when he came up to a red light, I looked at him and I'm like, pull over and stop, and then he takes off, and he ran through red lights.
Okay. What red lights are you on? This one?
So this one here for sure.
Coming northbound or?
So eastbound.
And then into the northbound?
Turned red and then he made the left. And then the other one that he ran was 104th and 50th.
During the interaction, the fake cop cooperates and details his actions with the lights and siren. The real police officer also questions the imposter about running red lights while using the unauthorized emergency equipment. As the interaction continues, the real cop questions the fake cop about the additional light bar in his vehicle and the other LED lights found in the backseat. The fake cop explains that he was planning to mount the light bar, but insists that he wasn't trying to impersonate a police officer.
It could be any color, I can't tell what color they are. It might say on them, but yeah, he's got a full siren and air horn rigged up on this thing.
Impersonating a police officer, at least, because you said he stopped behind them for several seconds and then sped off.
Yeah, he would curve them, and then he didn't get out and make contact with them, but he would curve them and then speed around them. So.
Okay. Two people and then he tried to do it to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna hit the interstate. I don't know why it took me.
What's with the red lights? One of the red lights.
What red lights?
This one, and then the one on 104th and 52nd Street.
I was like 200 to 100 feet maybe before the red light, and
Did you have your siren on when you were going through the red light?
I don't know. I have my horn on, I think.
What horn?
The little like set horn.
The air horn?
Yeah. Because like my brakes are shit on this thing. And, like I can't really stop very good on it. So it hit yellow before I was like able to like stop real quick. So I got it today.
So it sounds like you tried to pull over 3 people.
No.
That's not what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that you got behind him, hit your light and your horn, put him to the curb, stop behind him for several seconds, and then sped around him.
No, I didn't do that.
That's not what I heard.
No, I would never do that.
So what are you doing?
I just got the siren today. It
For what
literally
purpose?
Came from Amazon.
He's got a whole light bar that's not rigged up.
I'm literally not trying to impersonate no one.
You know when you're pulling people over with the light flashing, it is impersonating, right?
The real cop remains firm and pointing out the danger and seriousness of the situation, highlighting the risks of impersonating a police officer and the potential harm it could cause. He emphasizes the importance of being cautious and responsible when using such equipment.
Now, it's pointing that way. It's not smart. You're gonna end up getting yourself hurt over something stupid just because you want to play around. How long are you on probation?
He explains that even if no charges are pressed this time, any future attempts to impersonate a cop could lead to arrest and serious consequences. He advises the fake cop to sell or eliminate the unauthorized emergency equipment and not get caught up in such behavior again.
Question for you. Would you be willing to allow us to search your car?
I don't think it's really necessary.
Okay.
I mean, do you guys want to search it?
Well, so I guess our concern is to make sure that you don't have a badge you bought from Amazon or something like that. Okay. All right. Let me get out of the road here.
The real cop informs the fake cop that they'll be issuing a summons for impersonating a police officer. He clarifies that the probation officer may decide to hold him or take further action.
But I'm being honest with you, so they decided they're gonna hold you.
Afterward, the fake cop is handcuffed, taken to a station, and told to sit in a designated area while they wait for a response from his probation officer. Here's another video of a fake cop bragging about serving for 19 years. How true does that sound? Let's find out.